Hello, my name is Johnny Judoka and I made 60 YouTube videos in 2 months. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you guys what it was like to make all these videos and how it affected me in my journey as a content creator. Thank you so much for watching and I hope you enjoyed the video. Hello, my name is Johnny Judoka and welcome to the video. I am a content creator here on YouTube and I make a lot of videos about different topics. I make videos about art, mental health, gaming, anime, and jiu-jitsu. I am a purple belt in jiu-jitsu and a green belt in judo and have been practicing martial arts for over 10 years. I've made art for over 12 years and have a background in graphic design. I also have diagnosed schizoaffective bipolar disorder and obsessive compulsive disorder and am an advocate for mental health awareness. I first started wanting to make videos on Johnny Judoka for several years, but didn't have the mental stability and focus to upload consistently on YouTube. I was inspired by a lot of different content creators, but found out that being a content creator is indeed a full-time job. This year, I committed to making content consistently on Johnny Judoka, and after going through some burnout earlier this year, I was finally able to commit to making videos for 2 months straight. I actually made 60 videos in 2 months without burning art, and I wanted to share what that process was like. When it came to the creation of all these videos, I realized that the cure to burnout is not stopping completely. As you may know, the algorithm of YouTube and social media do reward consistency, and that viral hits can in fact be manufactured from consistent content. What inspired me most to make content consistently was that my friend, who has a background in business analytics, told me that the social media algorithm does reward consistency. Around early June, I started to get burned out from making videos, and it was difficult to have motivation to make videos. But I realized that the key to beating content burnout is actually not stopping content creation altogether. When you're experiencing burnout, you can take a break from a certain part of the process, but not from the whole process. The creating process on YouTube is multifold, including brainstorming, recording, editing, post-production, and posting. When I was going through some burnout, I realized that the actual editing of the videos I was making was causing that burnout feeling. What helped me was focusing on brainstorming scripts for videos and focusing on creating ideas for my videos. Even despite the difficulties behind creating content, I found that the algorithm does favor consistency. I started making videos 3 times a week, allotting time each day to write, record, and edit, which let me have more inspiration to add in extra videos throughout the week. I have a lot of different content on my channel, ranging from art, mental health, anime, gaming, and jiu-jitsu. One of the difficulties of making videos is that sometimes the content you most enjoy making doesn't get the most views or audience. I really enjoyed making gameplay videos, but the algorithm didn't like those videos as they didn't get a lot of watch time or viewership. My anime and jiu-jitsu videos seem to be getting a lot more viewership, and those videos are still enjoyable to make. One of the other things I worked on while making my videos is increasing my knowledge and skill acquisition when it came to editing. I don't have a professional background editing videos, but I've spent a lot of time learning skills and techniques from videos about editing and even from watching well-edited content. As you can see, I made some new intros using After Effects, using techniques and tutorials online, and it was very rewarding making these high-quality intros for my videos. I live in a group home where I don't have a lot of freedom outside the house, so making content takes up most of my free time, which is what I prefer. When I feel burned out, it makes me anxious because then I can't use my coping skill of making videos to cope with the free time. So when I'm able to not be burned out and edit videos is where I feel the most free and comfortable. That's why I had to learn that breaking up the creative process allowed me to recognize that editing was the most stressful part of creating, which led to my block. So what helped this block was focusing on brainstorming and writing scripts for videos. Also, knowing that certain videos take more production than others allows me to keep that in mind when considering making new videos. When I'm making videos, I also have to take into consideration how I feel while recording videos because for me, that is also a draining and taxing part of the video process. I tend to not enjoy re-recording lines into the camera and microphone because it leads to static and stiff delivery of lines as I have to memorize the lines I'm meaning to say. But at the end of the day, I've learned what works best in my content creation process and that I need to adjust my process to the things I prefer and don't prefer. I've had to work on how I produce my content to best suit my creation style, so now I have a better workflow. I want the focus to be mainly on having good ideas for videos instead of just creating polished videos. Overall, making 60 videos in 2 months was actually a lot of fun, and I enjoyed being able to pass my time at home while being creative and expressive. I keep planning on being consistent on YouTube and will make quality uploads on this channel to grow this channel's viewership. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I enjoyed sharing my thoughts about content burnout, and I'm grateful to everyone who has watched my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.